What's up, team? Welcome to the video. This is Albert Aldridge, AA Fitness, the nutrition coach, checking in with a Horsham CrossFit Saturday WOD we are starting off this video with. So, the workout was 800 metres run, 40 double unders, 30 box jump overs with a step down after each rep, 20 toes to bar, 10 power cleans at 60 kilos. Then you take a 2 minutes 30 rest, and then you do 3 to 4 rounds. I went for 4 rounds. And in this set, you're seeing the second round, just seeing the one round of this workout, I managed to choose a rope that actually was the correct height for me, because I chose a rope that was too small for the first round and for round number 3. And yeah, that didn't really go to plan. I tripped many times rather than choosing a rope that was the correct length and correct height, and then it was fine. So what I've found, this workout, running into the double unders, absolutely fine. But a box jump over with the step down, I do find it really gets my quads, because at the top of the box, you're in that deep squat position. So I find after about 20 reps, my legs are starting to burn quite a bit. But Saturday WOD is always at the end of the week for me training-wise, so I do find that I'm a little bit fatigued, but no excuses. And, oh yeah, the reason for doing the step down is that they're doing that in the CrossFit Open a lot more rather than a jump down, just because people were hurting their Achilles. And you saw like some of the top athletes in some big events hurting their Achilles as well. But these exercises for me were probably some of my favourite exercises. I do like a box jump over with a step down, and I do love a toes to bar. But what I'm trying to work on is just trying to reduce the rest times that I do between exercises, especially for qualifiers, because sometimes I find myself thinking that I'm taking 10 to 15 seconds rest, but then actually I'm taking a lot longer. You are just seeing Sam Stocker, one of the Horsham CrossFit owners, joining me for the workout as well. There was a whole class for here, but yeah, we are doing turf games together in a couple of weeks' time. That's going to be really, really fun. Really looking forward to that. It's always a great event that they do in Farnborough. You're seeing me move on to my 10 power cleans at 60 kilos. What I was trying to experiment with here is not touching my legs on the way down. So rather than control it on the quad on the way down, just literally just go hinge from the back straight to the floor, and try to just get my elbows through nice and tall at the top, but not let go of that bar, and just go as quickly as possible. And then I think I was doing a round in probably like 6 or 7 minutes, I think. That was a round. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video. Now, if you want to prevent losing muscle mass during a fat loss phase, I've got 3 tips I recommend for you. The first one being in regards to nutrition when during a fat loss phase. Regardless kind of how severe the deficit, I'd really recommend you make sure you keep your protein intake up. If you're somebody who's going very aggressive with your calorie deprivation, I would recommend even getting your protein to 1.2 grams of protein per pound of your body weight, to just give yourself that extra bit of protein to try and preserve a bit more muscle mass. But there's not really much extra benefit to doing that. But doing a little bit extra doesn't do any harm and may make a couple of % difference. But during a fat loss phase, try, even when going gradual, 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of your body weight. And as your body fat percentage gets lower and your weight gets lower, I'd recommend, rather than 0.8, trying to keep that up to more like 1 gram. Where that makes such a massive difference, just being simple, try and get 0.8 of a gram to 1 gram of protein per pound of your body weight. So somebody who's 200 pounds, try and get anything between 160 grams to 200 grams of protein per day. And the idea of having the protein intake is to help with repairing muscle tissue between sessions, even during a fat loss phase. And just making sure you retain as much muscle mass as possible, because protein is needed for muscle protein synthesis and muscles to grow back stronger. Then, second tip, what I recommend is to do your calorie deficit slowly. Don't be somebody who does it severe. I'm just focusing here on explaining about why a gradual calorie deficit is so much better. The more gradual you go with your calorie deficit and the slower your weight loss. Saying slow doesn't mean you're not losing weight. It means that you're going sensibly and carefully, because you're going to keep it off in the long term. And the more gradual you go, the more you're going to be able to target fat loss percentage-wise compared to sacrificing muscle mass. If you're somebody who goes very drastic, very quickly, and you stay in a severe calorie deficit, like 1,000 calorie drop, and you stay there for about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, you definitely are going to experience muscle mass loss, because there will be a point where your body is starving and it's going to need to use another energy source in the body to create energy, and that will go to muscle mass. So what I'd recommend you do, 1 or 2 pounds a week, nice and gradual, keeping your protein intake high. Try and keep it at that, and then just think in 6 to 12 months you're going to definitely have lost a big amount of weight, but you'll also have improved your body composition, and you would have got fat. You would have been able to achieve fat loss rather than just weight loss and seeing a number go down the scale. You would have done it properly. And then my third tip is to make sure that you train all the different types of muscle fibers. So you have your type 1 muscle fibers, your slow twitch, and your type 2A and type 2B fibers. 2A being the more anaerobic, kind of like a 100-meter sprint, and then the 2B, the massive big fibers that are more like a 1 rep max powerlifting muscle. They're normally very, very big and strong, but then a slow twitch muscle fiber is a lot smaller but has better aerobic endurance. So what I'd recommend you do at the start of your workouts is to focus on the heavier stuff. Heavier means, and being able to keep your strength up is going to help you with the density of the muscles, and then doing the hypertrophy sets, that's going to help you with just increasing your muscular hypertrophy. So strength and hypertrophy go hand in hand. So I'd say at the start of a session, 3 sets, 6 to 8 repetitions, heavy, good form, like on a compound movement, bench press, back squat, deadlift, and then move on to your hypertrophy sets. So fatiguing between, say, like 8 to 15 repetitions, all with good form, good tempo. And especially during a fat loss phase, when you're getting to quite low body fat percentages and you're starting to feel quite a bit weaker, just keep focusing on the form and making sure that you try and really push yourself, but with great form, not sacrificing on it, because obviously when you're lower body fat compared to high body fat, there is going to be a slight increased risk of injury. But I'm not saying you're going to be injured, you're not, but factual, there will be a slight increase in injury by a few percent. Hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.